Good morning, everyone. Uh, my name is Aniket. I'm born and brought up in Shimla and then studied in Shriram College of Commerce. But apart from commerce, my interest was always in policy, grassroots development. And that's what led me to join Teach for India. And the photograph that you see here are the students that I taught, grade 2 students in a Pune Municipal Corporation school for 2 years. 130 students, 100 of them today are in college. That for me is my biggest achievement so far, surpassing anything that we do at Haqdarshak. The Teach for India trigger is what led me to go deeper into the development sector and understand what are the grassroots problems that our citizens in a country face. And one of them, critical ones, was this. India, as a country, we are a socialist democracy. So we have 20,000 plus social welfare schemes of states and center. This is 13,000 of them are registered with NPCI. The budget is 10% of our GDP, which is great. And in the next 10 years, as we become a $10 trillion economy, this will become $1 trillion. But it is still very low compared to OECD countries. OECD countries spend 28%. 20 lakh crores, 20 lakh crore was the budget last year for social security schemes. Out of this, 80% actually is credit subvention to MSMEs, farmers, and citizens. So sometimes on Twitter, what you see as a freebie narrative is actually not true. Cash transfer is only 20%. Government subsidies are supposed to support that grassroots entrepreneur, that grassroots farmer, and individual with cash loan subsidies. India, Bharat, is also a 10-40-50 country. 10% of us, 40% people who work for us, and 50% are farmers. What we are doing at Haqdarshak is solving for that 90%, the 125 crore people who are eligible for these government schemes. The problem, less than 25% know about this eligibility. So in 2015, we started Haqdarshak. We ourselves are a product of the government Startup India program and Digital India mission. We were incubated here in IIM Ahmedabad. We won the grant, then we went to IIT Delhi, NASSCOM, won some competitions, won some money to get started in the platform. Haq in Urdu means your rights. Sanskrit, in Sanskrit, Darshak means the individual or the organization which shows you the path. That's how Haqdarshak comes together. It's a technology platform which supports and helps citizens get information on their government schemes. We started this in 2016 January as a registered startup, for-profit enterprise, and the reason to set it up as a private limited company was to build a scalable, sustainable, agile, technology-driven solution. And how do we ensure that our fellow countrymen get all the government schemes and documents that they are eligible for? From starting as in 2015 with just one person, today we are a team of over 550 people spread across 23 states with a network of over 48,000 trained women agents. So what is the Haqdarshak platform? As you can see, this is a very complex slide because getting that simple Aadhaar, getting that simple PAN card, getting that simple government scheme is actually very complicated. There are multiple APIs, technology integrations that are supposed to be there right at the back end and simplifying right if you look at towards the right hand side, towards the citizen side. So we have also invested a lot at the technology platforms that we have built. We have a repository of 7,000 plus government schemes that we have created, which is the largest in the country. Not even the central government or state governments have that because we are coordinating with all information. The information that is there is in 14 local languages. And then we have the network of women agents who do this through our agent management system. At the citizen side, we have a citizen app which has over 500,000 downloads. And we are also building our platforms on the government's Bhashini and Jugalbandi platforms. So we have a Yojana Sathi app, which again is voice enabled and talks to citizens about their eligibility, access, documents, and services. The three focus areas that we have in terms of our customers, and we call our citizens, these 90%, not beneficiaries, but customers, because we believe that these will be the next market that we can create. So 50% of our focus is for farmers, where we help them with right from schemes like PM Kisan to Ayushman Bharat to all the documents. The second segment are the unorganized workers. These include gig workers, domestic workers, factory workers, In India, there are about 30 million domestic workers, 20 million gig workers, drivers who do not get access to basic social security and are not aware how they can get benefits of health insurance, life insurance, pensions. The third is the micro businesses. Again, from the 10 crore identified MSMEs in the country, over 9 crore have a turnover of less than 10 lakhs. They don't have Udyog Aadhaar. There is a misconception around GST, which means they cannot get subsidized credit from the government. The recent Prime Minister's scheme that has been launched for artisans, for example, PM Vishwakarma, allows you to get a 2 lakh rupee loan at 4%. Whereas if that same artisan were to go to a microfinance, they probably would get it at 24%. The difference, those artisans don't have an artisan card, they do not have an Udyog Aadhaar, they do not have the documents. We at Haqdarshak are telling them these are the documents to get and also enabling the application to that. Our model is a B2B2C model, because we do realize that the end citizen and the end customer in this segment may not be able to directly download or pay for it. So we have been working with 100+ organizations. The 3 examples we have, one, we work directly with the corporate partners, where we are able to get their factory workers, construction workers, and shop floor workers access to PF, ESIC, Ayushman Bharat, all the government schemes that are there, and also their families in terms of scholarships and services. These are some of the examples, right from gig and factory workers. Second is the corporate foundations. We are also grateful that we got a chance to work during COVID with the Adani Foundation in RA colony in Mumbai, where we train women. So large part of our corporate foundation work is with women entrepreneur training and a lot of work with farmers in grassroots, where we are necessarily not working with supply chain of companies, but in larger rural areas where there is a need, and identifying those areas where there are not enough, let's say, factories and industries. How do we reach them and get them access where there is even a larger need? The third is with international research organizations, where we do a lot of platform, AI, DPI, digital public infrastructure and digital public good work. And we have been working with a lot of international foundations there. In the last 2 years, COVID, as for a lot of organizations, has been like a CIO, Chief Innovation Officer. For us also that happened. And we came up with this concept of Yojana Kendra. Today we have 60+ such Yojana Kendras in 60 aspirational blocks. This is a hub and spoke model. For every Kendra, there are 50 to 60 women linked who bring the demand to this center. And here we are doing social security, documents, financial inclusion, digital literacy and financial literacy, and serving a whole block and community. We aim to scale this to every aspirational block in this country, starting off, like I said, with 60 that we have. How do we do financial inclusion? That's where we bring in our other innovation that we've worked with RBI Innovation Hub last year, the Yojana card. So this is what a Yojana card looks like. The one Yojana card is like an interoperable QR code. So this, when scanned, will tell you all your government schemes and documents in one place and will also help you link. The second one is a bank linked card. The bank linked card will also help us to identify what are the government cash benefits that are coming and how can we get them. How can we create like a pre-credit score and social security score for them so that we can get them access to more financial inclusion and better benefits? Because a large part of this segment wants to get into mainstream financial inclusion. To explain this better, we have a short video to share what we are doing with the Yojana card.
जिस तरह एटीएम कार्ड द्वारा आप अपने बैंक खाते में से पैसे निकाल सकते हैं, उसी तरह हमारे योजना कार्ड द्वारा आप सरकारी योजनाओं के लाभ प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। जी हाँ, इस कार्ड के जरिए हम आपको सरकारी योजनाओं की पूरी जानकारी देंगे और जिन जिन योजनाओं के लिए आप पात्र हैं और जो योजनाएं आपके लिए उचित हैं, उनके लाभ भी दिलवाएंगे। बस एक बार कार्ड खरीदें और जीवन भर हमारी सेवाओं के लाभ प्राप्त करें। अब ये सेवाएं क्या हैं? चलिए जानते हैं। पहली सेवा, अपने स्मार्टफोन के माध्यम से आप खुद योजना संबंधित जानकारी देख सकते हैं। कार्ड पर दिए QR कोड को स्कैन करें, हमारी वेबसाइट पर साइन इन करें और तुरंत देखिए उन योजनाओं की सूची जिनके लिए आप पात्र हैं, किस योजना के लिए कौन से सरकारी दस्तावेजों की ज़रूरत है और योजनाओं के लिए अर्जी कैसे करते हैं। दूसरी सेवा, यदि आपके पास स्मार्टफोन नहीं है तो आप हमारे हकदर्शक या हकदर्शिका से घर बैठे मदद ले सकते हैं। आपको बस कार्ड पर लिखे हेल्पलाइन नंबर पर कॉल करना है और हमारे हकदर्शक आपके घर पहुंच जाएंगे। वे आपको सिर्फ जानकारी ही नहीं देंगे, बल्कि बहुत ही मामूली शुल्क पर आपके लिए योजनाओं का आवेदन भी कर देंगे। और तो और, अगर आपके पास आधार या पैन जैसे दस्तावेज नहीं है तो वे वो भी बनवा देंगे। हम समझ सकते हैं कि आपने कई धक्के खाए होंगे। शायद किसी एजेंट ने आपके साथ बेईमानी भी की होगी, लेकिन हमने आप जैसे 40 लाख से अधिक नागरिकों की मदद की है और 4,200 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक का लाभ उन तक पहुंचाया है। तो डरिए मत, रुकिए मत, अपने भविष्य के बारे में सोचिए और बेफिक्र बनिए हमारे अगले लाभार्थी।
This work that we have been doing on financial inclusion, we've already signed up with MasterCard globally, and we are signing up with RuPay and launching the card early next year. Some of the partners who've supported us, apart from our B2B partners in this journey, have been the Schwab Foundation, Acumen, and a lot of global enterprises who've helped us identify the research and impact that we've been able to create. In terms of impact, we've so far reached more than 40,000 micro businesses and over 4.3 million citizens. We have a 93% success rate. Also to share that each of these families, our data shows, is eligible for 40 to 50 government schemes. So they're only availing 4 or 5. So there is a scope for every family to at least get 10 or 20 more. We've also done digital and financial literacy for over 6 lakh people. I also now want to share with you a quick video of also 2 of our customer citizens who avail the benefit of the Ayushman Bharat scheme.
काम तो घर का ही है जी, बाहर तो मतलब कुछ नहीं है, घर का ही काम करते हैं। बीमारियों से बहुत परेशान थी मैं, बहुत ज़्यादा। मेरे सर का ना ऑपरेशन हो रखा है, देखो यहाँ से और यहाँ तक का है ये, इसलिए मैं ज़्यादा नहीं बोल पाती हूँ क्योंकि सर में प्लेटें पड़ी हुई हैं, जोर पड़ता है नसों पे बहुत ज़्यादा। मतलब आयुष्मान कार्ड बन नहीं पा रहा था, तो फिर काजल जी से मिले, इन्होंने आयुष्मान वो बनवाया हकदर्शक कंपनी से, उससे लाभ मिला, ऑपरेशन किया सिर का, करवाया उसके उससे ही।
सबसे बड़ा फायदा तो ये है कि इतना पैसे का अरेंजमेंट नहीं हो पाता ऑपरेशन के लिए, जो आपके सामने ये बैठी हुई है, तो ये हकदर्शक कंपनी की ही मेहरबानी से बैठी हुई है, क्योंकि इतना पैसा कहाँ से लाएगा गरीब आदमी।
Ayushman Bharat is the world's largest health insurance cashless scheme. And one interesting data point, we last year did about 5 lakh Ayushman Bharat onboarding in the country. We have a monitoring and evaluation team where we call 20% of our customers. When we called them and asked, आपको आयुष्मान भारत कार्ड मिला? उन्होंने बोला हाँ। हमने बोला आयुष्मान भारत कार्ड होता क्या है? उन्हें बोला नहीं पता। हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस क्या होता है? नहीं पता। It is not just important to onboard citizens on health social security, it is also important to treat them as customers and ensure that the last mile service happens so that they can get the benefits when needed of these government schemes, documents and services on time, which can be life changing. We've so far overall become a unicorn, not in terms of probably revenue, but in terms of the benefits delivered. Last count, we have 14,000 crores plus worth of government benefits delivered. We're onboarding 2 lakh citizens on a monthly basis across the country on government benefits. This has been done with the bedrock of our women agents, women Haqdarshikas. We train through SRLM, NRLM, self-help groups. These are women who are 10th to 12th standard educated. They do not need to know English, any language. We are all in all local languages. And we're also been able to generate about over 10 crores worth of livelihoods for them. And to share again a quick example and hear from the Haqdarshika herself, her story, I also want to show you another video of our women agents.
हकदर्शक बनने से पहले तो मैं साधारण घर की गृहिणी थी, ऐसा कुछ काम वगैरह तो कुछ करती नहीं थी, बाहर जाने का तो सोचना भी नहीं था क्योंकि हकदर्शक बनने से पहले जो है वो कुएं का मेंढक रहता है, उसी तरह हम एक अपने गांव में ही रहते थे। जब मैंने हकदर्शक ये संस्था आई, उस पर मैंने जब सीखा, वहाँ पर जाके ट्रेनिंग ली, उसके बाद मुझे लगा कि नहीं, ये हमारे ही जैसे लोगों के लिए एक बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है जिस पे हमको काम करना चाहिए। सीखने के साथ साथ लोगों में भी जागरूकता लानी और उनको भी ये जानकारी देनी ज़रूरी है जो हमारे ही बीच रह के हमको मालूम होनी चाहिए। और जो भी था, फिर मैंने थोड़ा थोड़ा करके धीरे से अपनी हिचकिचाहट, बात करने में लोगों को के सामने जो परेशानियां आती हैं, सिर ढको, कैसे बोलेंगे अपने आप को, कहीं बुरा किसी को ना लगे, इस बात का भी। फिर जैसे ही मैंने स्टार्ट किया, थोड़े से एक घर से 2 घर से, फिर मेरी झिझक भी थोड़ी सी दूर हो गई। हकदर्शक में मैंने काम किया तो लोगों को जागरूक किया, जानकारी के साथ साथ इसमें मुझे एक अच्छा बेनिफिट मिला, मेरी आय का एक स्रोत बना, जिससे मेरे घर परिवार से लेकर सारे लोग इतने खुश हुए कि पूछिए मत कि तूने इतना कमाया, मेरे से ज़्यादा। मिस्टर भी बोल रहे थे तू भी कमाने वाली हो गई, ऐसा करके। जब मेरी सासू अम्मा की आंखों पे एक्चुअल में आंसू आ गए सर, जब मैंने उनको पैसे दिए कि मेरी 1 महीने की कमाई 5,500 रुपये। मेरे लिए उस टाइम मैं बोल नहीं सकती सर, इतना अच्छा महसूस हुआ कि मैंने लोगों की भलाई की, तो मुझे ये आ रहा है। काश ये अगर हकदर्शक 2-3 साल पहले ही आया हुआ तो आज मेरी कहाँ से कहाँ तक इनकम होती।
This Didi works in Chhattisgarh. We have thousands of such stories. Also, to share one of her stories, the longer video is on YouTube. But she also helped during COVID one of her other self-help group members get the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, which gives you a 2 lakh rupee benefit in case of your death. Unfortunately, that Didi passed away during COVID. Her husband had no clue such a scheme existed. She went, got her husband that 2 lakh rupees and her family so that they could get that cash benefit. And there are this customer support at the last mile, where treating these citizens as customers is crucial, where these Haqdarshikas and agents are not only doing onboarding but hand-holding when the time is essential so that they can get the benefits and documents at the right time. We have an audacious big mission by 2030 to reach 500 million people in India. Like I said, we are a large country, there's a huge need, and we are a growing country, so the economy is there to support this. We want to ensure that we can get citizens $100 billion worth of government benefits on a yearly basis through credit, subvention and schemes, and work with the vision of the Prime Minister. Just yesterday, the AI conference in Delhi got concluded, where India is now going to build digital public infrastructure and digital public goods in India for the world. And we're already working on an idea of UPI for government schemes and documents. How can you ensure that using your data with your consent, how can we get all your documents and all your schemes in a single QR code, in a single dashboard? That is the goal here. And we believe if we can work on this model, we can not only unlock the thousands of government social welfare schemes, but also add a lot of private benefits, financial inclusion and private scholarships to the system to really ensure that the economy grows in an equitable and social way. Thank you so much and looking forward to all of your support. Thank you.